Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Cely, and starting off, I'm just showing you a little bit of what I purchased the other day. It is just some fridge organizing little bins, and they were very inexpensive, as you can see, $2.99, and these were purchased at Marshall's. So just starting off, just gonna show you off here a little bit of what I purchased, which that is a container, $3.99. Super inexpensive, like I said. These are just smaller little containers, and you can use these for like fruit or yogurts or whatever you have on your fridge, but just showing you there. I purchased 2 of those, and then I got 2 other ones, a little bit larger, same thing, just for a little bit of storage, and $2.99 each. And then this one I actually purchased at Home Goods, and this one was $5.99. So Home Goods is a little bit pricier, so I would definitely recommend Marshall's, but let's get started. So just gonna start off by taking out what I have in the fridge, like my smaller items that I know that I can use for those containers that I just purchased. I don't have much things in my fridge right now just because I haven't gone grocery shopping, and I do need to go, but I'm gonna use what I have. So starting off, I'm gonna start with those smaller containers here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and use one of them for my little fruit cups because I do have some, but I don't have that many, so a small one will do for now. And then for that second container, I do have some pudding, so I'm just gonna be placing the puddings in there. And then I just have 2 yogurts. I don't have much anymore, so I'll just be putting those in there as well with that. And then obviously my egg carton, I'm gonna be placing my eggs in there. And I'm still debating on what I'm gonna be using those bigger ones because, like I said, I don't have much groceries, so I don't even know if I'm gonna use them yet, but we will see. I have to see what I have in my fridge. And just gonna go ahead and move on to the fridge, place those in. So just gonna put those in that second shelf that I have in there. And then, you know what? I think what I'm gonna do for the bigger bins is place my vegetables, just because look how they're just thrown in there. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So just gonna use one of the bins, as you can see. Well, it's a little harder to see, but gonna use one of those for my tomatoes and my peppers. And then for that second one, not sure yet, but that is what I'm gonna be doing here.
Nobody could break us, yeah, I thought we had it all. Take me back to when it was you and me, baby, it was you and me. Baby, it was.
So I am just gonna do a little quick wipe down, and I'm just going in with that Mrs. Meyer's multi-purpose or multi-surface cleaning product. And just gonna wipe it, give it a good wipe before I place those bins back in there.
You are my pill, I swallow it. Take me away to Neverland, where colors fade my disbelief and make me forget my memory. Rent a car you can't afford, put on a song that we both know, let your hair out in the wind.
So like I mentioned, I don't have much groceries, so I didn't use really a bunch, but the little that I did have, it just looks so much nicer in these little organizing bins, and I don't know, it just looks more appealing when you open the fridge. But moving on, I'm gonna start on those dishes because I have quite a few, so I'm gonna go ahead and get those cleaned up.
pretend that time is still. Stay in the daydream, chase the thrill. Make up the way as we go. Live for the moment, lose control. Rent a car you can't afford, put on a song that we both know. Let your hair out in the wind, put the pedal to the floor. Flame your lighter, take a smoke. Put your broken rip off, wafers on. Doesn't matter if the sun goes down, we'll still be up, still be up. Don't care about the place we found. We'll still be up, still be up. We're in this together, we both fall down. Doesn't matter if the sun goes up, 'cause we will still be high when the lights out. With the lights on.
I don't really care if you are mine. I don't need another side. I'm wearing you down to the ground. We're done for the night. I really don't care if you are mine, but I'm keeping you in the line. You really don't know which way to turn. You're always one step behind. Going down this road again, I don't wanna explain myself. You grasp for every crumb of hope, although you've reached the end of my road. The glimpse that you think you see ain't nothing that I'll ever be. That's the last I'll ever be. You really don't mind if you are wrong. You just need someone around. I'm holding you tight into my grip, a rebound that I found. I really don't care if you are mine. I'm just keeping you in the line. Going down this road again, I don't wanna explain myself. You grasp for every crumb of hope, although you've reached the end of my road. The glimpse that you think you see ain't nothing that I'll ever be. That's the last I'll ever be. It's keeping you down on the ground, and I don't know if it's right. I really don't care if you are mine, but I'm keeping you in the line. You grasp for every crumb of hope, although you've reached the end of my road. The glimpse that you think you see ain't nothing that I'll ever be.
So after you're done washing dishes, just random question, but do you guys usually wash up your sink and rinse it all out when you're done? Or do you just kind of just leave it and go? Just a random question. But moving on, I need to really clean out this air vent because it is just disgusting. And it's just one of those areas that you tend to forget just because it's so way up high and you don't see it as often. So definitely need to get that cleaned up today. So just gonna go ahead and just wipe it down. Well, at least that's how I'm starting here. I'm just wiping it all down here, but I'm starting to realize it's gonna be harder than I think. So I am going to try to take it off, but you will see I tend to struggle taking it off because I can't get it off. I don't know. I was trying to take it off and for some reason it just did not seem like it was coming off. So here I go again, just rubbing it all down with the rag, trying to really clean it out. But it's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna work. So you will actually see me in a few trying to attempt getting it off again.
I can't stop time for you. I can't stop time for you. I've played my part for nothing, and I did it all for you, for you. Yeah, we've been through this, I'm not the one you need right now. And I can't stop time.
So here's another attempt at me trying to remove this air vent. I don't even know what it's called, air vent lid, I guess you would say. I don't know. I'm just struggling trying to take this off, but I finally get it off and removed because thank goodness, because that was just disgusting. So I am just going to go ahead and take advantage and wipe everything down before I place it back up there, or before I go get that cleaned up and then place it back up there.
I can't stop time for you.
So I had to take the pressure washer out because me wiping it down was just not getting it really cleaned up. So I am just going to be giving it a little pressure washing cleaning here, and then I'll let it dry, and that way I can put it back up.
Okay. Right, so 1, 2, 3. I can't stop time for you. Stop time for you. I can't stop time for you. I can't stop time for you. Won't you get out my way, get out my way. I don't need this right now. I don't need this right now.
So just finishing up the pressure washing out here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and just let it sit out here, let it dry for a few, and then I'll bring it back inside. So moving back into the kitchen, look at all this dust that I wiped off from earlier, and also look at the top of the counters, or not the counter, sorry, the cabinets. These are areas that honestly are mostly forgotten, because who remembers to let's wipe the top of the cabinets? At least I don't. I forget. So I'm gonna go ahead and take advantage that I was up there and gonna go ahead and clean up everything today. So I'm just gonna go in with the Mrs. Meyer's multi-purpose cleaner and just gonna go ahead and wipe up everything up today.
You pull me back into your river, swim a little deeper. I don't need to breathe with my head underwater. I don't know the reasons, I'm not sure I really care. We're all of our demons, they never disappear. I will forgive you if you're forgiven me. We're stuck in this pattern, but I need you close. All I ever wanted was for you to prove me wrong. You're changing our colors, different. Makes me wanna risk it every time I look at you. You pull me back into your river, swim a little deeper. I don't need to breathe with my head underwater. Like the others, they do not need to know. You said you fall with me, no matter how deep it goes. With my head underwater.
So when I was up here just cleaning up all this, I noticed it wasn't just dusty, because as you can see, or I don't know if you can notice, but it looks like a little like sticky smearing, and honestly that's exactly how it felt. It felt like really sticky, and this side of the cabinets is where the stove and the microwave are at. So I'm assuming it's nothing but the grease that just, you know, from cooking it goes up there. I don't know, I don't even know if that's a thing, but that's what I'm blaming it on, is the grease from cooking. So definitely gonna have to try to at least do this once a month, once every 2 months, I don't know. Just try to keep up with it a little bit more, because it's just, no, we can't let this go on for long.
I'll be a melody in the night, be like a rhapsody out of spite. Give me a cue to start the show. Give me 1, 2, 3, let's go. Let me just reminisce for a change. Give you the genesis of my range. And when the whole world starts to fall, I'll be the one rising up, standing tall. They got me like uh-oh, uh-oh. They got me like uh-oh, uh-oh. They got me like uh-oh, uh-oh. They got me like uh-oh.
So since I am doing the top of the cabinets, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the lids, or I don't even know, the little doors. I don't know what it's called, honestly, but I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe everything down, because honestly, I'm gonna give it a good clean today, the whole kitchen, because they just really needed it.
Rock it, yeah. Like a hurricane in the day, supersonic like an aeroplane, far away. As soon as I drop the beat down low, everybody knock, give me some more. Let me just improvise a couple lines, break it down, symbolize a couple times. And when the whole room starts to cheer, that'll be the reason why I'm here. They got me like uh-oh, uh-oh. 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 You better believe I'm on the train. I'll be the rain and stay changed the game. I make this my start, state of the art. I'll be a rocket, a rocket. I'll be in the night, yeah. Out of spite, give me a kill, start the show. Give
So now that I am working down at the bottom, I am just gonna start off here with my stovetop, and I am just putting in some of that Wyman, not really sure how you pronounce it, but that cooktop cleaning kit. I believe I've showed this before. I've purchased this at Walmart. You can just buy it at your local Walmart. And I'm just pouring some of that little liquid that goes on there, and then the scrubber that I'm using is actually included in there. And then they also have this little scraper, so you can just go in there on any little buildup areas and just scrape it right off. This works really good. And what I do after I just scrub it down is I just go in with like a warm rag and I just wipe it all down, or a napkin, paper towel, whatever you have. You can just wipe it right off.
Go on, chewing my bones out when he's done spitting me out. I just can't help myself. One for the pain, no hesitation. Took us again, nothing can save us, yeah. I just wanna be around you. I just wanna be free for the night, all in or nothing. Not gonna stop, dance till the morning light. I just wanna be around you. I just wanna be around you. He looks at me like I know what he's thinking, but I don't have a clue. True talent in avoiding conversation.
So I figured since I'm gonna be wiping it down, give it a good clean, go ahead and just removing those knobs and getting really in there, because you know sometimes you get stuff underneath your knobs or just grease from cooking and splatters, you know, everything just goes under there. So I'm just getting those cleaned up, wiped down, and just placing them back on there. You know, honestly, I didn't even know you could actually remove these. I actually noticed that from someone else here on YouTube. I really don't remember who it was, but it's been a while back that I've seen that. So now I tend to do, or now I try to do it whenever I'm cleaning that way. You're cleaning up everything.
I just wanna be around you. I just wanna be around you.
So just showing you here how cleaned up it looks now that everything's wiped down and not dusty anymore. Look at the big change. So yeah, definitely looking a lot better now. A lot better than what it did when I first. That little crumb right there, I don't know what that is. I just noticed that. Anyways, I went back, promise. I didn't notice it was there till I was filming this, but now that the air vent lid is dried up, I am just placing it back on here. And for some reason on camera, it looked like it was a little dusty still, but I think it's the background from the inside of the vents, because I promise you it was not dirty, it was cleaned up. But anyways, moving on to the other side of the kitchen now, I'm gonna be doing the same thing I was doing on the other side, in just wiping off the top of those cabinets, and then also along of that wall, that top of that wall. I just look how dusty it is. That's just crazy, but I'm gonna get that wiped up also.
Acting out for days, nothing to deny. Blown up because it goes through the halls. You keep sleeping on the couch just to prove the point. I'm too proud to tell you when I'm wrong. Arguments spinning in circles, we're fighting for days, stuck in a phase. I think we're losing the reason. One word is all it takes, babe. Bursting out in cold flames, breathing, we are catching fire. Thought that we were wiser. Go and light the match, babe. Miss out on the good
So now that I've gotten the tops wiped down, I am just going in with this little duster. And honestly, this just did the trick. I didn't even have to do any more wiping besides just picking up the last bit of the little, like the little dust pall, I don't even know what it is, but like you know how it clumps up? That. I just had to wipe all that down, but honestly, the duster did pretty much everything. So just gonna do that all along the top of the wall here. So moving on, I'm just going to be wiping down the front of the cabinets, top and bottom. And all I'm doing is I grab one of my spray bottles and I put a little bit of warm water and a little bit of Fabuloso, and I am just using that to wipe everything up.
We're catching fire. One word is all it takes, babe. Bursting out in cold flames. Breathing, we are catching fire. Thought that we were wiser. Go and light the match, babe. Miss out on the good days. Breathing, we are catching fire.
So for the countertops here, I'm just going in with that Caldera brand and using the countertop spray and just wiping all of that up. And then I will be moving on to the other side of the countertop here. Just doing the same thing, just gonna clear up everything off of here because I had some things on here. And then just going in with that same spray and wiping that up as well.
For a minute, I don't have any limits. I'm looking for a place where I can feel alive, where I can let you go and just be for a while. I got you on my mind all the time. Now I'm about. I hope I meet somebody who's better than you, that likes me for the things that I say and I do. Somebody who can help me make it through. Now I'm about.
So sorry, but I am just jumping from place to place. I was working at the top of the countertops and then I worked down to the countertops and now I'm going down to the bottom of the counters. So just wiping it off, just using that same spray that I did earlier, that mixture of the warm water with the Fabuloso, just spraying that on there and just wiping it all down.
But baby, I guess this is how it's meant to be. I'm a buy plane ticket, run away to LA for a minute. There will be no limits. Ooh. I'm looking for a place where I can feel alive, where I can let you go and just be for a while. I got you on my mind all the time. No, I'm about. I hope I meet somebody who's better than you, that likes me for the things that I say and I do. Somebody who can help me make it through. Now I'm about. Play together.
So if you guys are enjoying today's video and you like what you see, I would love for you guys to hit that subscribe button. That way you become a part of my family. Also hit that bell and just set it to all. That way you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. But finally, now that I've wiped off everything and got everything cleaned up and picked up, now I am just doing the last part here, which is just gonna get everything swept up and then get it all mopped up.
Be no limits. I'm looking for a place where I can feel alive, where I can let you go and just be for a while. I got you on my mind all the time. Now I'm about. I hope I meet somebody who's better than you, that likes me for the things that I say and I do. Somebody who can help me make it through. Now I'm about. Play together.
so I didn't realize that I needed to wipe down my trash can. So I am just doing that here, and I'm just using that mixture I did earlier that I was using on the cabinets and everything, and just giving it a good clean. But that is it for today, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to give this a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe channel, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.
I even told you about the sacred grounds where I go when I need to shout. There is more to you than words can say. You're the roof when I'm wet from rain. You know the core in every bit of pain. So I wanted to say that you'll see me